weather. It gives us life, and it takes it away.
The tornado has touched down. You can't do anything.
It is a thing of staggering beauty and a destructive force, killing thousands every year.
The windows all blew out.
The whole thing's gone.
Holy crap.
It was the end.
It is gone. The building is gone.
And our warmer atmosphere is extra energy for our weather to unleash upon us.
Oh my God!
We meet the people who came face to face with Mother Nature and filmed it.
I've been fighting it for an hour.
I'm gonna sick to my stomach.
Holy! I just lost my house.
We hear firsthand how these people survived.
Oh my God, get in the house!
He's alive. He's alive.
It's pretty much the end of humanity.
I was really convinced I would die.
Using their incredible self-shot footage, we stare straight into the eye of the storm. And witness up close the sheer force of nature.
Oh my God, look at that! Jesus Christ! Everybody take cover, now!
Coming up in this episode,
Oh my God, look at that!
a massive earthquake in Nepal triggers avalanches, mudslides, and collapses buildings all over the country.
I was really convinced I would die.
Jesus Christ!
Two fishermen in Australia come under a barrage of hailstones. A foot of rain in 24 hours floods thousands in England.
The situation was probably a life and death situation.
The rescue sled is now by the front door and we're starting the evacuation of it.
And a barbecue party is destroyed by a deadly tornado.
Right here, right here, right here.
Oh my God! Unbelievable!
Nepal, April 2015. American aid worker Michael Andrew was trekking in the Sindh-Hupal-Chowk district. Recent mudslides had blocked roads and destroyed villages in the area, making trekking one of the few ways he could assess the damage.
This is a landslide that we are climbing through, and it looks relatively fresh.
Little did he know he'd get a first-hand experience.
Major earthquake! Holy crap! Oh my God, look at that!
A massive earthquake was striking the whole of Nepal. 160 miles away in Pokhara, travelers were caught unawares.
Earthquake! Holy! Holy!
What do we do?
I didn't know. We just
Go outside.
Holy, this is a big one. This is a big one.
It was a massive 8 on the Richter scale, and in the capital, Kathmandu, it was severe enough to empty the swimming pool. Michael Andrew was doing his best to avoid falling rocks. In the neighboring valley, a whole village was crushed under a landslide.
I was looking up here and I saw a bunch of rocks coming down, and I ran over here behind these rocks just to get some cover. Holy crap. I'm okay, I'm fine. Oh my gosh, what? Oh my God, there's gonna be a lot of people hurt. That was a major earthquake. Okay, we were just on that trail, I kid you not, 20 minutes ago, right there where those rocks are coming down.
60 miles away, at the bottom of Mount Everest, German climber Jost Kobusch felt the same quake.
Everything is shaking. Everest Base Camp is your home. When you're home, you never expect that something could happen. You feel safe. So like we had a relaxed breakfast and we were like having fun, and then suddenly the table started to move and shake.
A group of American climbers also felt the rumble.
Yeehaw!
But were unaware of the danger approaching.
Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. Ooh, look straight ahead.
Millions of tons of unstable snow had been released.
You go in the tents or what?
Look. You ready to go in the tent? You ready to go inside?
Oh! You know, I felt a little bit like in a movie or something, like we couldn't really, I mean, it was, in 1 second, everything changed.
Come under my jacket. Come under my jacket. Are you okay? Yeah.
I took these guys under my big down jacket, so we all three went under my big down jacket to get at least some kind of air, but we felt like suffocating, and I was really convinced I would die. All this fine snow dust, everything came into my nose, into my mouth, into everything.
Get under my jacket. No, wait.
And then when we get up, I saw that the kitchen tent was gone. There was nothing left. It was like a battlefield.
Maybe in the kitchen tent. Yeah, maybe. Right. Stay together. And we try to find the kitchen tent. Oh no, there's no kitchen tent left.
Some climbers were exposed to the brunt of potentially deadly freezing snow.
My Indian friend was in t-shirt. When he got hit by this avalanche, he thought he would at least lose his fingers. He couldn't feel his hands at all.
Gunter, put your hands under my arms. Put your hands under my arms and come a bit closer.
Okay.
Does it help?
While Josh ran for clothes and kit to help save his friend's hands, base camp was wiped out.
Everest Base Camp is like 1.5 kilometers long. At the high season, there are 1,000 people living there. It's gigantic.
There was a very high risk of more avalanches, so the surviving climbers were in extreme danger.
That was also the moment when I realized that we are not the only ones.
Croatian traveler Tinka Kalazic was in the capital, Kathmandu.
All of a sudden I realized what was actually happening, and like I could see buildings falling and roads cracking in front of me, and most of the people were doing the most stupid thing they could do, running towards buildings and hiding themselves in some hallways. I was trying to stay calm, but it was not really possible because everyone was freaking out.
It's okay.
And there was this lady in yellow sari that she was completely out of her mind, and I thought she's gonna faint.
It's okay. Hey, it's okay. It's okay.
Everyone was saying there's another big one coming up, we're all gonna die, and it was crazy. It was like in a soap opera, and everyone was really freaking out.
It's okay.
18,000 feet up at Everest Base Camp, temperatures had plummeted after the avalanche. But fires had been started, and Josh's friend finally began to get some feeling back in his hands.
Excuse me. Gunter? Yeah. Head warmers.
What's that?
Head warmers. They'll take a while to heat up.
Jost was lucky. 20 people died around Everest base camp. The repercussions of the quake continued. In the hills of Sindh-Hupalchok district, aid worker Michael Andrew had survived, but whole villages were reduced to rubble or buried in earth.
I mean, we've had several aftershocks out here after that first big one where we were freaking out. Weather, starting to get a little rainy, but we were told our helicopter's coming. It's been delayed about an hour. So we're just gonna sit here and wait.
Michael diverted his pre-planned helicopter to bring help to those he could reach living in the hills. But 100,000 people lost their homes across Nepal, so whatever he could do was never enough. In the avalanches and mudslides that followed the earthquake, 8,000 people lost their lives. Both Michael and Tinka now devote themselves to relief work and rebuilding programs that continue in Nepal today. Avalanches can happen on a massive scale. This one in the Indian Himalayas is the deadliest ever caught on camera. It follows 3 feet of snow falling in a few days during March, when temperatures should be above freezing. When they return to normal, the vast melt is catastrophic. It kills 4 people, including a mother and child. And other avalanches across the region block 250 roads and cut power lines to hundreds of thousands of people. The scale and danger becomes all too clear to the person filming. However, being inside a solid building saves them, and they survive. The people most in danger from avalanches are skiers venturing off-piste.
Oh, this is going to be amazing.
Yes, it is, but not in the way these Australians skiing in the Swiss Alps imagine.
Yee-hoo! Yeah! Avalanche! Where's James?
But his friend is buried with no locating device. All they have to find him is their ski poles.
No, I think so.
Luckily, James, who is buried, manages to stick his pole out the ground.
Ah, I see him! He's over there.
But he has no air supply under there. The clock is ticking. He could suffocate in 2 minutes.
Colin!
It's taken them 30 seconds to find him, but his head could be 7 feet down.
I got you, James.
The more they dig, the more snow falls in, and they keep losing him again. He's been under for 4 minutes, and his pole's no longer moving as much.
Yeah, that's your Colin. James? Yeah, we got him.
With his mouth uncovered, he can breathe, and tragedy is averted. But one thing's clear, there's no way you'd ever dig yourself out from this.
Yeah, breathe. We're here, dude. We're here, breathe. Breathe, man.
One way to avoid an avalanche is to ski your way out. But bearing in mind avalanches can go from 0 to 80 miles per hour in just 5 seconds, you'll have to be quick.
Oh, geez.
Oblivious that he's triggered a fast-moving wall of snow behind him, the snowboarder is given radio instructions by his mates, who have a perfect vantage point.
Go right, go right, go right.
Whether or not this was a lucky escape or sheer skill, it's left this snowboarder mightily relieved. Avalanches can strike anywhere, even on villages and on ski pistes. This snowboarder triggers an enormous slide that engulfs him and threatens the ski resort further downhill. He is completely buried, and there is a piste full of skiers just below. It took out 7 skiers, but incredibly, everyone, including the original snowboarder, survives.
The more speed, the better, I'm pretty sure.
Avalanches kill around 150 people a year, but many more are caught up in them.
Get your cheese straight, B. Yes, sir. Oh, Christian!
If you're lucky, you just get to experience the most terrifying ski ride of your life. And thank your lucky stars that you're alive to share it. Until your friends come along and laugh in your face. In Joplin, Missouri, Sean and Sandra Lemieux were visiting friends and their 2-year-old son for a quiet barbecue when they were hit by one of America's deadliest storms in recent history.
It was a beautiful 80-degree day and we were grilling out. We were cooking out, put our steaks on the grill. It was gorgeous.
An EF5 tornado, the most destructive there is, was bearing down upon them with the noise of a freight train.
We heard the train, sounded like a train, and the train tracks were on the opposite side of the house, about a quarter mile away. And so as we were standing there hearing it, we were like, man, the train, that's not the right direction for the train to be coming. And all of a sudden, then the trees just started bending over.
I think we might want to go outside here a little bit.
And we're watching through the patio door opening. And then when the grill got sucked up and was just gone, that's when we decided it was time to get into the bathroom.
With no power in the house, all 5 of them crouched in the safest room with a 2-year-old boy in the bath.
Couldn't see anything. It was all black and the windows were breaking and there was just, at that moment, that was really scary. Everything was broke, everything was breaking, and it was so loud.
Yeah, I know the fucking tree stopped the house. It's right there, it's coming right at us. Close that window. Let's go.
There wasn't any shelters nearby or anything to go to, so I mean that was the only place to go was to the bathroom.
Where are you? Adria! John, come on.
Be careful of the window.
Where are they?
Be careful of the window.
Where's Audrey?
Right here, right here, right here, right here.
And as the glass was breaking, we're going in there. I felt like forever we were in that bathroom, watching that little window, you know?
It's okay, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, hold camp. It's okay.
Okay, son.
Okay.
I got something.
Okay.
I had some glass in my eye.
It's okay, it's okay.
Yeah, I got whacked inside of third.
It's okay, it's okay.
It's not done yet.
Okay, can you please just, as soon as it starts raining, it's over, okay?
I thought that maybe it would tear some shingles off the house and there'd be, some tree limbs broken.
Unbelievable. Go look at this.
Did not anticipate walking out of the bathroom to where we were standing was just the floor.
We have no health left. None. The whole thing's gone. Everything's gone.
It was pretty incredible.
He was in shock, right? Because there's nothing left, and you think that you just went through a storm. Yes, it's bad, but the house wouldn't be gone.
Garage is gone, everything is gone.
You know, we were alive, you know? We turned around and we walked out of the house and we were like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. I can't believe we're still alive.
Let's go check and see if the neighbors are okay. Unbelievable, look at the houses.
This is definitely,
It was so quiet. Like, even though so much had happened, right? And you think you'd hear screams or you think you'd hear people everywhere shouting or, you know, something. It was so quiet. This devastation. I mean, the neighbor's house on the other side, they had nothing left of their living room or dining room or house, but the fireplace was standing.
Look at this devastation. Cars tore up. Never seen anything like this before.
Sean, Sandra, and their friends were in the direct path of this mile-wide tornado, which flattened 7,000 homes and killed 160 people.
For all those people that walked out of those homes that shouldn't have walked out of those homes, there was something else meant for all of us.
There's just a different respect that you have for Mother Nature and what we went through, I guess.
When this beautiful dust devil interrupts a school ball game in Midwest America,
yeah, it's a sand tornado.
the children realize an important truth.
Oh my God.
Extreme weather makes sport much more fun. Abandoning the game, they try to get inside of the dust devil.
Leland, be careful.
It quickly transforms into a capnado. But in our extreme weather sports countdown, this is just child's play. Outdoor activities means sooner or later you're going to encounter extreme weather. Kicking things off at number 6, these rugby players probably weren't bargaining on playing through all 4 seasons in one match. At number 5, a flood isn't going to stop this sports fan from getting onto the pitch. Time to break out the jet ski. Coming in at number 4, we have acrobatic surfing. The idea is to stand on your partner's shoulders while surfing. Admittedly, the waves could be more radical. But the great thing about it is, the wipeouts are just as extreme. That was her chin hitting the board. At number 3, we have some professionals. Not content with boring wakeboarding, it's wakeboarding on ice. It's big in Latvia, apparently, and they look pretty pleased with themselves. Until they realize just how chilly it really is. At number 2, we have a true homemade masterpiece, flood surfing, as pioneered in Russia, where of course it must be performed with a bare chest. But the number 1 spot for best extreme weather sport goes to wave ducking. Seriously, do not try this at home, especially with your kids, even if you are a surfer dad. Apparently, the idea that your entire family could be swept away at any moment is just part of the fun. Top marks for fun, though. And hopefully they weren't pinned against the wall for the entire 3-day storm. Coming up, soaking wet Britain is drenched by a foot of rain in 24 hours.
It was almost like a bit of a war zone. There were helicopters flying around, vehicles and blue lights everywhere.
A pair of Aussie fishermen are caught out at sea in a giant hailstorm. And we discover how weather can ruin the most important day of your life.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. Congratulations, you may kiss the bride.
On the 5th of December 2015, Storm Desmond dumped a foot of rain on northwest England in 24 hours.
From here, I should be able to see the river and the road, but the two have merged and the water's up to 6 foot deep in some places.
Houses now being evacuated in Cockermouth and Penrith.
Hundreds made homeless by flooding have spent the night in...
The flood followed a month of solid rain and ruptured power lines and gas supplies in Manchester. 100 miles north of the Lake District, a football pitch of water flowed over these valley fields every second.
Emergency services from across the north of England are rescuing people from the floods.
And the torrent poured into the low-lying towns of Carlisle and Kendal, flooding tens of thousands of people.
Right, Daddy's going to grab you. Yeah. Legs up, darling. Stand up. There you go. Well done.
In Carlisle, the water rose over 3 foot in a few hours. Richard and Sarah Betton were inside their newly renovated house with a 3-year-old son.
I went down the stairs. You could see the furniture bobbing. Oh, it was carnage. It was awful.
Local emergency services were swamped and sent out calls for help. Alan Howarth and his Derbyshire Mountain Rescue volunteers travelled 150 miles to help people evacuate their homes.
Water levels are still rising, so more houses are now getting covered. So we're just going to go door to door and see if anybody wants to stay or wants to be evacuated.
It was almost like a bit of a war zone. There were helicopters flying around, vehicles and blue lights everywhere. I was shocked about how much devastation there was, how seriously flooded these places were, and also about the force of the water. As we got further down the street, the water got deeper and deeper. Eventually got to the point where it was chest deep.
Are you staying? Okay, all right. We're just saying that the levels are still rising.
At 7:30 p.m, the water was over 6 feet in some places and rising. The Betton family had a tough decision to make.
We got a knock on the door and you just knew this is the knock to tell you, we suggest that you look at vacating your property.
The Bettons were able to wade out on foot. But in nearby Kendal, the water was already too deep and too fast. Callum Robinson and his colleagues in the Royal National Lifeboat Institution team were attempting to help hundreds of stricken residents.
Walk in tight, guys.
It was quite fast-flowing water. On the edges of being able to wade through it. We got to a point where the water flow from the river was too much.
They could go no further, but received an emergency call. A family of 6 was stuck in a single-story house with the water rising all around them.
We were looking on maps where the bungalow was, and we could see it was out in the middle of fields, so they literally had nowhere else to go.
The one-floor bungalow was surrounded by water, flowing up to 20 miles an hour.
Our 2 team leaders went in one of our vehicles and tried to see how far down the road they could get to the bungalow. They only got about a quarter of the way there, and they had to abandon that idea and come back.
In the bungalow, there were 2 boys, aged 3 and 5. The water was already over their heads, but the rescue team could not reach them.
The helicopter was, and they were having to go back to refuel, so they were going to be at least another hour. At this point, the people were calling with their mobile phone battery that was dying to say that the water's coming up to the top of the kitchen worktops. The situation in the bungalow is probably a life and death situation.
Inside the house, the water continued to rise. The heavily pregnant mum was balanced on the kitchen worktop, and the boys were sheltering on their bunk bed.
And then luckily, a lad in his tractor turned up, a local farmer, and he said that he'd be willing to give it a go to try and see whether he could get down the driveway with his tractor.
We're going, 2 of us going.
At last, the rescuers could move in.
I tie on to there? Yeah. She's got baling twine.
But there was a clear risk of being dragged away by the flood, and if any of the survivors or rescuers were to be washed away, there was little chance of survival.
When we first arrived on scene, it was probably waist height, and it was flowing down the driveway. It was probably doing about 20 miles an hour.
There were 6 family members and 2 dogs to be rescued, but the tractor could only take 2 people at a time.
Are you ready? Okay, it's yours. You got it? Right. Yo! Okay, mate. Yeah, the rescue sled is now by the front door and we're starting the evacuation.
The grandmother and her grandson, 3-year-old Jacob, were first out, persuaded off his bunk by the promise of a tractor ride.
All right, Jacob. Hi, Jacob. How you doing? There we go. Okay, you're gonna come with us. Yeah, come with us. Okay, we're just going for a quick ride in a tractor. Yeah.
6 inches.
The next run is more complicated. Expectant mum Samara had been sitting in the dark on her kitchen worktop for the past 12 hours, signalling with her torch at the window.
Another survivors in there. Got another survivor's life jacket in there. One more I need, mate. How long pregnant are you? 7 months? Okay. Okay, and then...
We're going to have to chairlift you now, so 2 is going to have to carry it.
We're going to wait till the tractor gets here again. Is it here?
That's it.
Jesus, that's quick.
They had to be careful how they carried 7-month pregnant Samara, because if they had put pressure on her womb, it could have been disastrous for the unborn baby.
Yeah, okay, we're bringing it through. Okay, you're going to go around our neck. And I've got your leg there. Perfect. Ooh, nice and light.
Keep your legs.
Yeah, you get her legs, I've got a top. Just give us a shout if you get pinched or anything. You alright? You want to swap now? I'm going to get it. I'm going to come under your arm. Let your arm go. I've got your arm, yeah. I've got your arm. Finn, if you get the legs. You sure?
Samara was safely in the rescue sled, but next was 5-year-old Seb, and he was scared.
Come on, Seb. Yeah, mate, you come here. I've got you, Seb. I've got you. I've got you. There we go. Mate.
You hold that life jacket down for us, okay?
But a quick-thinking promise of a special Christmas present did the trick.
Yes. And he said he wants one of our hats if he does it.
Oh! Okay, Seb, you're going to go on here?
I'm going to get it up for Christmas.
There you go, Seb.
Seb, is it?
Seb, yeah.
Seb, you alright?
I'm coming with you. I've got you. Let's go. Let's go.
It took a number of hours with the relaying of the tractor all each time.
Blake, is it all right, yeah?
With the water at chest height, it was just Samara's boyfriend Hayden and the granddad to go, and of course the family's 2 dogs.
Right, you've got this one dog, okay?
Massive relief when we got them all and we had the all clear that they were all out. It was a big relief.
The survivors sheltered in a nearby pub, and they were only 6 of the 360 people this team saved over 3 days in Cumbria. And true to their word, the Welsh RNLI team travelled 120 miles to deliver their Christmas presents of 2 helmets to Jacob and Seb. Hail can be a relatively harmless weather curiosity. But when conditions are right, fun frozen globules of water can become a hail of bullets. A warm day at the beach may appear the least likely situation to be hailed on, but here in southern Siberia are all the ingredients for the perfect hailstorm. The day begins at a sizzling 41 degrees. Then the warm, wet air from the huge Ob reservoir meets freezing Arctic air from the north. The warm air rises fast, condensing into tiny hailstones, which grow and grow until the rapid updraft cannot support their weight. Then, clouds of cherry-sized hailstones plunge down, bringing the cold air with them. The temperature drops 20 degrees in seconds. It doesn't sound like much, but elsewhere this storm kills 2 people. And these people are clearly scared for their lives. Terrifyingly, hailstones can get much bigger. Here in Texas, a giant supercell thunderstorm produces baseball-sized hailstones, which have already smashed this farmer's truck windshield. Supercells are violent clashes of hot and cold air. They can produce tornadoes. But on this occasion, the huge updraft is shooting hailstones 6 miles up into the air, where they grow to a terrifying size.
Run real quick and go get that one. Man, look at that massive. God. Look at that massive thing. Look at that. My God, dude.
The biggest ever recorded was the size of a grapefruit and smashed through a shed roof in South Dakota in 2010.
Man, there's another one just fell.
India is also known for giant hailstorms, where this gentleman used to have a beautifully manicured garden. The monsoon storm smashes wind chimes and gives an impressive display in his swimming pool. At least his pool survived, but it must have been freezing afterwards.
I said, I'm not surprised there aren't more windows busted. That was amazing.
You might think that you're safe from hail inside a car. The tropical conditions in Juarez, Mexico concocts a storm of golf ball-sized hailstones. Each one hits with the power of a hammer strike, reducing his car to a dented shell of shattered glass. But mercifully, the storm stops, just in time for the driver. However, this driver, in Argentina, is more concerned about his car than his life. Hailstorms injure or kill hundreds of people every year. This one is actually pretty harmless, and he's probably damaging his car more by climbing all over it. As well as damaging us and our property, hail can also produce flash floods, particularly in cities. In Russia, the deluge of ice balls clogs up the drains, and the following rainstorm turns the street into an icy river. Like most hailstorms, this one is midsummer and creates a winter wonderland in minutes. But however bad hailstorms get, they're usually short-lived, and hours later the sunshine returns to this suburb of Moscow. Anzac Day, a national holiday in Australia. In 2015, Darren and Pete were celebrating with an idyllic afternoon fishing in Sydney Harbour, or so they hoped.
It was a lovely day. We always check the weather before we go fishing anyway, and we knew there was a storm on its way, so we kept our eye on it all day.
Despite severe thunderstorm warnings, they went out in a tiny open-top boat called a tinny. But in Sydney's eastern suburbs, the storm was already causing chaos and firing down tons of hail.
This car's getting slaughtered.
The storm was heading south, but then swung east, straight towards Darren and Pete.
I would predict it turned on us in less than 2 minutes.
And they realized they had made a very big mistake indeed.
Because I could see the hail just pelting into the water, and I knew we were going straight into the teeth of a hailstorm, and we had nowhere to go.
The tiny, tinny engine was nowhere near fast enough to outrun this beast. There was no option but to tough it out.
Jesus Christ! Out of nowhere!
The ordeal lasted 10 minutes, But luckily our two friends survived with a few minor bruises and a whole lot of embarrassment.
Yeah, relieved would be a fairly significant understatement, and it'd be also fair to say that once we gathered our thoughts and had a look round, there wasn't anything short of maximum revs in an attempt to get back to the boat ramp as quickly as we could after that.
It's a good laugh and something to have a good beer over every now and again. We sort of bring it up and we have a bit of a chat over it. So yeah, it's a good laugh to look back on it now.
Despite the guy's good humour, back in the city, a warehouse had collapsed under the weight of hail, proving that hail can be no laughing matter. They say that life comes down to a few important moments, but sometimes deadly weather really screws them up. These proud New Jersey onlookers have come to see their loved ones graduate from high school. But the weather is threatening the most terrifying of spectacles, a giant tornado. As a huge thunderstorm approaches, a rolling funnel cloud is dropping. With disaster just minutes away, the master of ceremonies speeds things along a little. Vital, life-changing moment over, and everyone scarpers. At least there were no boring speeches. Oh yes, weather can strike on your big day, and not just with rain. This Florida couple want sparks to fly. They get it.
It is in the art of marriage.
This couple from Arizona are intending to mark their exchange of vows with a sand ceremony. Mother Nature is not invited, but she lends a hand anyway. A major sandstorm is invading the whole region, and the sand does not stop coming, but nothing is stopping the proceedings.
Jennifer and Gustavo today will join separate lives together with 2 separate bottles of sand. Symbolize your separate lives, separate families, and separate sets of friends.
But hats off to them. Almost blinded by sand, they complete the sand ceremony.
By the authority vested in me in the state of Arizona, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Congratulations, you may kiss the bride.
This Californian couple have set their hearts on a beach for their perfect day. It's a beautiful afternoon with not a cloud in the sky and just a gentle breeze. What could go wrong? Oh yeah, of course. There's no carrying on regardless for this wedding party, but at least it's a wedding no one will forget. At the Albuquerque Folk Festival, the band are singing Bring On the Rain as the wind picks up. Everyone scarpers just in time before the tent is ripped away from above their heads. But the gig and the whole festival is finished. A memorable gig, but maybe taunting the weather is tempting fate. This wedding guest in Indiana, America, is distracted by a supercell storm, threatening to crash his friend's wedding. As the happy couple head off to their dream outdoor reception, the supercell storm becomes a rain-wrapped tornado heading their way.
Oh man, they're getting soaked. Yeah, sirens are going off.
The sirens are?
Yeah.
I guess the sirens are going off?
In the marquee, the wind chimes are going bananas. but no one knows how far away the tornado is. Everyone retreats inside a building to let the storm pass.
Wow.
Close the door before the glass closing.
And afterwards, the dream wedding is in tatters.
We got chicken?
Alright. So, let us remember, the weather has no mercy, even on the biggest days of our lives. In this episode, we've seen Mother Nature in all her fury. We've seen how helpless we can be. We've seen her tear down, destroy, and laugh in our faces. And next time there will be more, because deadly weather stops for no one.